Today we got some very interesting news around some new WWE signings, but there's something about these new WWE signings that are just slightly different, and that's why I want to talk about it, because WWE has made a massive change, and holy shit, I did not expect this. So DDP confirmed over the weekend that he has joined Jacqueline, Jesse Ventura, the Headbangers, Mick Foley, Victoria, the Godfather, and the Dudley Boys, in terms of a new Legends deal. So they've all signed Legends deal. Now, what's really interesting is Rob Van Dam was on the Cheap Heat Productions podcast, and he comes out and he says he is now under a Legends deal with WWE. And despite making multiple appearances for AEW, he says he can appear in AEW. However, AEW is limited in how they can monetize Rob Van Dam. So this means that AEW cannot put Rob Van Dam in video games. They can't make AEW action figures. They can't make merchandise for Rob Van Dam. But they can utilize Rob Van Dam. The new WWE Legends deals allows WWE stars to use their likenesses for various purposes. This means that WWE, right, they signed DDP, Jacqueline, Jesse Ventura, the Headbangers, Mick Foley, Victoria, Godfather, Dudleys, right, all these names, right? WWE is going to put them in the video games. They're going to make merchandise. Maybe they'll appear on WWE television from time to time. But really what is happening here is that WWE has actually figured out that they can let their legends work in other places, as long as those companies aren't monetizing the intellectual properties. So we saw Rob Van Dam in AEW. We could see Rob Van Dam in AEW again. WWE is not slapping a restriction onto him. And then what makes this really interesting is because WWE is now doing all these Legends deals, and they're not actually calling the Legends deals, by the way. They're calling them Nostalgia Contracts, which I think is just a little bit nicer. I like that. But the thing is, with these Nostalgia Contracts that they're doing, it seems like WWE is giving people a little bit more freedom. And I think WWE, that's something that WWE hasn't really been known for. I think WWE has actually kind of been the opposite of that. So this is a very welcome change in WWE's business. This is a very interesting change in WWE's business because, to be honest with you guys, it's like one of those things where I don't anticipate WWE talent showing up in AEW, right? But we were talking about JBL, for example, who showed up in TNA, he showed up in GCW, he showed up in AAA, he's showing up elsewhere, and WWE doesn't have a problem with it. It's a completely different world now. I don't know if you guys have also noticed, but WWE is signing more of these as of late. And I think we should take a minute to kind of talk about Triple H and why he's doing this. Because one of the biggest things that WWE has done really poorly with, like historically speaking, is how they care for the legends in the business. And I think Vince McMahon was a very big problem for that. But if you look at Triple H and his approach, I mean, Triple H for a long time, even with like Bruno Sammartino, like he went to rectify and like help rebuild relationships that were broken. I would have never expected Jesse Ventura to come back to WWE. But he's come back to WWE. Like there's a really, really good chance that in WWE 2K25, the next video game that comes out, a lot of these people signing contracts with WWE's nostalgia deals, these are the people that are going to be able to be in the video games again. And I think that's a really cool thing. I think it's really great when you can have those relationships repaired. Look at Goldberg. Goldberg was just smearing everybody's name. He was smearing AEW. He smeared WWE. He was not happy with Vince McMahon. Triple H comes and says, no, man, we're going to take care of this. There's a good chance that Goldberg comes back. I talked about that on my main channel the other day. It's fascinating to me to see that WWE is repairing relationships, which is a good thing. I think it's a very good thing. But here's the thing. WWE is repairing these relationships and then they're giving them a little bit more freedom. It's not like, hey, you could just go work indies, but hey, you could go work for another TV show. They just can't make money off of your likeness. They can't make merchandise. They can't sell action figures. They can't sell shit. Like, that's fair. But if Rob Van Dam wants to go make an appearance like he has, that's pretty sick, bro. That's sick. It's not like Rob Van Dam's going to be in AEW as a prominent figure. It's not like he's going to be in AEW as a prominent, storylines and stuff like that. That's not what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, that's literally not what's happening. But you want to do a Kenny Omega versus Rob Van Dam match, you can do that. You can utilize him. I think that's cool. I think that's special. I was very shocked to see that WWE went this route. And also, too, let me just point out really, really clearly, signing new contracts and signing new legends is never a bad thing, and it will never reflect poorly on WWE. And then very quickly, I just want to turn our attention to another topic. WrestleVotes came out and talked about this. Just a quick little topic. WrestleVotes is basically coming out that the WrestleMania 41 plan isn't completed, but one of the ideas that's been floating around is that Rock, Cody, Roman Reigns will be a triple threat match at WrestleMania 41. And I don't know how you guys feel about that, but my quick 2 cents is it's this, okay? It's actually pretty easy. I do believe genuinely that a triple threat match would be very big. I do think it would be really big. I don't know how they would book that, though. But if the idea is to do a triple threat match, that could be really fun. The Rock is probably confused as to why Roman is teaming up with Cody, and that's how we kind of get to that triple threat match. The Rock is going to turn on both of them. I think if you guys want to see more of the Bloodline Civil War stuff, I think there's just so much that is happening, dude. I think it's going to take a lot of time till we get there. WWE is for sure extending the storyline, but WrestleVotes came out with that. I thought it was a very interesting topic. And nothing's confirmed. WWE hasn't confirmed it. Is it the best use for Cody? Personally speaking, I would like to see Cody Rhodes not be involved in a triple threat match if it meant that Cody could verse Randy Orton in a massive feud. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I literally don't know what to expect with that. So that is something to obviously keep in mind. We'll have to see if they want Roman and Cody at some point sooner, or do they just lump everything together? I don't know. But I do like the idea of WWE going out there and trying to experiment here and doing different things and trying things that are different. I admire the fact that WWE bringing in legends, WWE's thinking big all the time. As a fan of pro wrestling, that is a very, very good thing.